Hey guys. So today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to just speak from my heart and talk about YouTube growth in a very different perspective. And a perspective that I think actually is really important for YouTube growth and could skyrocket your channel faster than you could ever imagine if you implement this idea. We're going to get a little metaphoric and go deep with a story, but hopefully it will give you some guidance for your own YouTube channel and your YouTube journey. Currently, right now, I'm at a crossroads in my YouTube journey. Like when you're determining your niche for YouTube, you would like to ask yourself or your friends, what is my superpower? And how can I utilize that to help people in the world? Well, one of my superpowers is deeply spiritual. And it's something that I don't really talk about that much on my channel, but I keep feeling like I need to. And so in today's video, I want to share something that I experienced that was very eye-opening for me and might be eye-opening for you. I went on a journey to ask guidance for my life right now and ask guidance for my YouTube channel because I do feel like I'm torn between two worlds at the moment. And it's really important for me to feel completely aligned with what I'm doing in life in order to move forward in a way that feels authentic and true to myself. And I also know, this has been proven to me a gazillion times in life, that when you are aligned with your true self and you know your true self and you're able to express your true self, amazing things happen in your life. Everything feels effortless. I would say the YouTube growth I've experienced has, for the majority of it, felt effortless. And when it didn't, it was because I was misaligned, or it was because I was getting distracted, or it was because I was starting to watch other YouTubers and think I should be like them. And every time I got off path, things became difficult. And then when I got back on path, things worked out really well. And like I said, effortlessly. Of course, it takes a lot of work. I'm not saying that. It does take a lot of work to build a YouTube channel, to film videos, to edit videos, to post videos, to work with clients. All of that, it does take actual work, labor to do that. But what I'm talking about with regards to effortlessly doing something is when life is flowing through you and you're living your purpose, that is something that is effortless action. Okay, so feeling currently like I'm torn between worlds, like I said, I went on a meditative journey to seek guidance for the situation I'm in right now. And I'm going to share what happened in that journey or that story or that meditative moment, however you want to describe it. And hopefully it will add some clarity to you in your own life. So I went seeking advice, and what I found was an old sage. And it was an old sage with a walking stick. And we arrived at a scene I've been at before. It's a desert scene. And in this desert scene, which I've been to before with this sage, he said, or she said, make this a lush forest. And I tried. I tried thinking lush forest and picturing lush forest, and nothing happened. It still remained desert. It still remained hot. It still remained almost unbearable to be in that environment. And he said, create a lush forest. You've done it before, create a lush forest. And so I remembered, okay, how did I do it before? Oh, last time I was here, I had to think out of the box. I tried to grow a piece of grass with my mind. I tried to create a tree with my mind, and nothing was working. And then I remembered the last time I was there that I just made it rain. And then once the rain hit the desert sand, things began to grow. And instantaneously, it was full of life, full of lush forest, tropical type forest. So I tried that this time. I tried to make it rain, but it didn't do anything. It just hit the sand and evaporated into the sand. And we were still sitting in the hot, hot sand. And I was like, I don't know why I can't make this in a lush forest. I've made it a lush forest before. And the sage said to me, you're stuck in your head. You're trying too hard. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll get into my heart. So I got into my heart and I tried to make a lush forest, but I wasn't feeling a lush forest inside of me. And so I said to the sage, even if I'm in my heart, I can't make this lush forest. I can't make what you're telling me to make. And the sage was like, that's something to pay attention to. You can't make something I'm telling you to make. And I was like, okay, so there's wisdom in this, there's guidance in this. Let me sit with this. And so the sage said, this is going to be a while, because my guidance people are very funny. And so he went and sat on a smooth stone or kind of boulder and sat there and just watched me figure this out. I can't create something he wants me to create. And so then I was like, okay, so I must create what I want to create. But I didn't know what I wanted to create. And the sage said to me, therein lies your problem. You can't create a world that you can't envision. And I said, okay, I can't envision it right now. So where does that leave me? And he said, that's what you need to sit with. And so I thought, okay, well, I'm tired of thinking. I'm tired of trying to figure this out. Can I just sit next to you on the rock? And he's like, of course. And so I went to sit with him, but he was sitting on a boulder that was just big enough for him. So as I walked over to him, I imagined and felt the boulder expanding so it would make space for me. And that was easily achieved. The boulder expanded. I sat down next to him. As soon as I sat down next to him on the boulder to relax and just be, the boulder became warm under my touch. The sun and the sky became blue. There was an ocean in front of us with the sun setting. There was a forest that blossomed behind us, a jungle-like forest, tropical type forest. There was a sea and sand and rocks all around us. And all of a sudden, the environment was full of life. And I was like, what just happened? And he said to me, you just are. And I just, like, thinking that makes me emotional right now. Because when we just are, when we are just ourselves, when we're not trying to be something, when we're not trying to think how to do something, when we're not strategizing, when we're not envisioning, when we're not focused so hard on where we should be or what we should do, things magically happen. And so I was asking him, well, how and why is it the sea? Is it the sun setting? Why is it a forest behind us and not a field behind us? And he's like, because you already know this. You already know everything you need to know. You just need to trust yourself and relax into it. And so I've been having conversations with my business mentor a lot lately. And I've been telling him, I can't stop thinking about business. Every moment I'm thinking about YouTube. I'm thinking about my clients. I'm thinking about business. It's driving me mad. I can't stop thinking. And I was telling my coach, this is very out of the ordinary for me. I can usually go for a walk in the woods and completely feel at peace. When I was walking in the woods lately, I was thinking business. I was thinking, oh, I should have done that better for my client. Oh, I should have done that better for the sales call. Oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. Oh, I should do a video on this. I should do this. I should do that. And my brain just wasn't shutting up. All the things that would give me peace from that constant looping of thoughts in my head wasn't working. I would train, I would exercise. It didn't stop the thoughts. And so I said to my coach, what is wrong? Like, why can't I stop thinking about stuff? And he said, you know what, Alexa? You're perfectly okay. He asked me, what is your current revenue? And I remember it was the middle of the month. And it was already over $10,000 for that month. And he's like, everything's fine. Stop worrying. Just relax. And it's funny that he said that because the sage said the same thing. When you relax and you are who you are, everything appears as it should. And so I started to realize I was stressing over things that didn't even matter. I was stressing about how to build my business, which direction to build my business. Why should I do that? Why shouldn't I do this? How should I do this? That person's offering this. I should offer that. All of these things. But everything was okay. I had everything I needed. I have a family. I have a roof over my head. I had income coming in. I have people trying to get into my mentorship program every day. I'm fine. I'm fine. But the thing that I am struggling with, and the reason why I couldn't make the lush forest when the sage said make the lush forest, is because I don't know if I want that lush forest. I don't know what exactly I want right now. But if I just be, then it will come. Because life reveals what you need to you step by step. I don't need to see the whole picture in front of me. I don't need to see the complete lush forest. I can sit on a stone and see the stone. Once I sit on the stone, then I can see the sand. Once I see the sand, I can see the ocean. Once I see the ocean, I can see the sun setting. So all of it fills in, but it fills in step by step. And I can't expect to know everything I need to know about where my YouTube channel should go in this exact moment. And that's okay, because I just need to focus on what I need to do at this moment, what at this moment feels right for me. And this video right now feels right for me. Doing this video, talking about this topic, talking about how you don't have to know everything, you don't have to have it all figured out, but you do need to be you. Be who you are. And I will tell you this. A lot of people talk strategy on YouTube. I talk strategy on YouTube. But I have to admit that a lot of the strategy I teach on YouTube, I don't actually rely on for my channel. I teach strategy because people want the strategy. They want to know step by step how to do something. But for me and my journey, I never did research before I posted a video. I didn't have time to do research before I posted a video. I went on my intuition. I went on my gut. Whenever I make titles and thumbnails, I go with my gut. I might use AI. Well, I do use AI to generate title ideas, but it creates a list of 10 ideas. And one is like glowing out of that list. And I pick that one. And when I work with clients, if we're discussing titles for their videos, it's always one is so obviously the right title. And you know what's funny is if I have a client who's in tune with their audience, who's in tune with what they're trying to do, who's aligned with their purpose, we will pick the same title at the same time. If we're doing chat GPT together, or the client provides me with a list, they'll say, which one would you choose from this list? And I will say, something about number 4 really stands out to me. And they will say, that's exactly the one I picked too. So my point is this. Yes, there's strategy to YouTube, but so much of my success, at least, and the people I work with, it's an intuitive thing. And you might not want to hear that, but I do think it is really important to develop your intuitive sense of self, your intuition, in order to grow your YouTube channel. Because there's so many times where I speak with clients or even with myself where I have an idea and I do that idea, but there's a moment where it's like, is this a good idea? Right? There's that moment of doubt. There's that moment of question. And I don't even let that come in my brain anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. And the reason I don't is because if that idea came to me, it came to me for a reason, and it needs to be shared with the world. It needs to be shared on my YouTube channel because it might not get 5,000 views on that video, but the 10 it gets or the 500 it gets are for those people that video was given to me to do. It was given to me to do for them. So I don't care so much about how many views my videos get. I really don't. And here's the amazing thing. My channel is constantly growing. I'm almost at 40,000 subscribers, and soon it will be a year since I revived my channel. May 21st is when I posted my first YouTube, how to grow on YouTube video, or my journey to monetization. May 21st. It's May 6th, I think, right now. And I lost my thought. Views, yes. I've been getting the same amount of views on my videos from when I had 10,000 subscribers to now almost 40,000 subscribers. It's always around the same amount, 3,000 views, 1,500 views, right? My subscribers keep increasing, but my views stay the same, which I find very interesting because you would think I would be failing. You would think that my views should keep increasing as my subscribers increase. And what I find even more interesting is that even though what seemingly seems like failure on my channel of only a few thousand views with 40,000 subscribers soon, I have plenty of business. I am making more than enough money than I need. And everything is working out fine. Everything's more than fine. So what is the point? The point is this. It's more important to trust yourself and trust what you know and move forward in a way that feels true to yourself. I know it seems like, oh, but I need strategy. Yes, you can learn the strategy. The strategy you can learn. But what you need to learn more, and what I think is most important for your success on YouTube, is to focus on your personal development, is to focus on getting to know your true self more. And how do I recommend doing that? I recommend paying attention to everything in life, becoming a lot more present in life. Because here's a really random example, but I'm a mother of 3, and every day I put on underwear, like we all do, and my underwear is so old. I have not bought new underwear in like 10 years, since basically having kids. And it's old, some have holes, it just looks old. And every morning I put those on, I think, man, I need to get new underwear. And every day I just put it on anyway. Or I put on some clothes and there's a hole in the elbow or a hole in the knee, and I'm like, oh, I really need to get some new clothes. And so finally, just last week, or 2 weeks ago now probably, I finally just took 5 minutes, ordered a ton of underwear, like 4 3-packs of underwear or something like that, got it in the mail, and now that moment of every day where I didn't dread, but it was like I need to do this, and I wasn't doing it. It cleared up energy. It cleared up stress. And it's really interesting how such simple things in life are constantly speaking to us and we don't take action. So now I'm kind of on a mission to pay attention to every time I feel like, I really need to do that. And instead of being like, I need to do that, I do it. Because I think action does amazing things in life. And the more I minimize those small stressors in my life and just take action and get it done, the more I free up my mind and my energy to be creative and focus on living life. Because all of those little things add up and they weigh you down. I need to do this. Oh, I should do this. Every time you see something that you're not doing and you just keep walking by it day after day after day, it stresses you. So I would encourage you to think about and pay attention to all those little things in life that you're not handling that you could be handling. Because when you handle those things and you get them taken care of, it frees up your energy, like I said, but it also tells yourself that you're capable of doing stuff. Or for my case, that I'm worthy of new underwear. Because I always spend money on my children first. I always get them clothes if they need it. If they're growing out of their clothes, I don't make them wear holy underwear. I don't make them, wear clothes that are too small. If I notice they're out of pants or their pants, they've grown out of their pants, I go buy them pants. Me, I don't. And so it's also about putting yourself first And how does this relate to YouTube? By taking action on all those small things in your life that are on your list of things to do that could take less than 5 minutes to do them. And then they're out of the way. And then they're no longer like sitting in your mind, taking up space that's completely a waste of space. And so now I've been taking care of lots of things. I have a pair of running shoes that I put on every day when I go for a walk, and they're too small because my feet got bigger after having kids. And, I just had in my head that I'm a 38, but I'm actually a 40. And so, I just need to buy new shoes. And so today, I think I'm going to go buy some new shoes because every time I put them on, I'm like, oh, these are going to hurt. Oh, these are going to cause blisters, right? It's silly how the little things really do wear you down in life. So if there's a small action you can take, start taking those actions. And the same goes for your YouTube channel. If there's a video you're like, I really want to make that video, but I don't think anyone's going to like it, make the video. Get it off your plate. Do it. See what happens. If it finds one person, really inspires them, they send you an email and they're like, gosh, your video changed my complete perspective on life. And now I feel motivated to do more. That's amazing. And you also got it off your chest. You got it out there into the world. It wanted to be in the world, and finally you got it out there. So take action. Another thing I think is really important too is let it go. Once you take the action, you put something out there in the world, let it go. Let it have its path. Let it do its thing. I don't ever stress about videos doing well or bad. I just let them go. I create them because the ideas came to me. I post them on YouTube and they flow. Some take off, some don't. And I do know some certain types of videos will take off. Money-based videos usually take off. But it's really funny because for me, I'm not driven by money. My motivation is not money in life. I have never been one to be obsessed with material things, hence my underwear aging for 10 years. But don't worry, now I have sexy underwear, it's all good. My Viking is happy. No, but I'm not one, my car is 20 years old. I don't care about stuff like that. I honestly care about different things. I care about nature. I care about having my peace. I care about exercise, but I really care about motivating people to live their dreams, to trust themselves. Because we are taught all day, every day since we're a child not to trust ourselves. But our deepest power comes from trusting ourselves, comes from our knowing, our internal knowing that we have been taught to stop listening to. So the point of this video, there's many little points, but the main point is I want you to trust yourself, to trust in your ideas, to trust that what you have to say matters and someone wants to hear it. And when they hear it, they will be so grateful that they found you and they'll want to gobble up more of your content. And that's why it's really important to keep going. Once you trust yourself, put that video out there, let it go. Because if you don't let it go, you will watch it. And if it's not growing, you will let that define your worth. That video doesn't define your worth. That video is a creation from you that's put out into the world that will find the person it's meant to find eventually. But your focus now is on the next video and the next video and the next video, the next idea that comes to you, the next idea that comes to you, to not bat those ideas away, to not be like, oh no, this YouTuber is doing this, so I need to do that. No, these ideas are coming to you for a reason. I know I've said that already in this video, but it's so important to acknowledge. You are so special. Everything you've done in your life has added up to who you are. And that makes you so unique. But there's a lot of people that are similar to you and they want to learn from you and they resonate with you because of your experiences, because of the energy you exude through your videos. So trust that what you have to say is worthy. You are worthy. And it will make the world a better place. And it will reach those people that it's meant to reach. And the only way for it to happen is for you to take action. but all day, every day, I want you to pay attention. Pay attention to when something feels off. Pay attention to when something feels good. Pay attention to when something angers you. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, and ask yourself, why am I having this reaction? What is this reaction trying to tell me? And learn from it. I'll give you one example. I was on a coaching call the other day with my mentor, my business mentor, Harut, and we were talking about money. And money, like I said, is not that important to me. But I do know I need money for the mission. I do know I need to make money in order to keep doing this, right? And he was telling me, Alexa, I could love you all day long, but if you don't pay me, I will not work with you. And I was like, man, he's being a jerk on this call today. And I was sensing that feeling of like, I don't know, Harut's getting a little like arrogant. Maybe he's starting to make too much money. He's not the same person he used to be. But Harut was actually giving me exactly what I needed in that moment. Because what I needed in that moment was to see that I have a problem with being seen as not nice. Because in that moment, I felt like Harut wasn't being nice. But Harut was doing business. And in my mind, business isn't nice. And so I needed to realize that it's not about being nice or being not nice. It's about that you need to make money to live your life in the world that we live in today. And so I need to get over that hurdle of thinking that when I offer my pricing to people, I'm being unkind or I'm not being nice to them. Kind and nice is different. I'm not being nice. I'm not being the nice girl. I should make things cheaper so more people can be in my programs. And the thing he was saying was that you offer so much for free already. All my YouTube videos you can devour for free. You can come to my Skool community for free. You can do all of this stuff for free. But sometimes we have to charge money in order to reach more people, in order to expand, in order to grow. And so it was really interesting how I thought in that moment he was changing. But in that moment, I was facing a trigger within me that if I charge people, I'm not being nice. If I charge people, I'm leaving people behind. And so it was a moment where if I hadn't tapped into that emotion of feeling like he was being a jerk and used it as a mirror to reflect back to me something that was something I was struggling with inside, and that is business. I struggle with business. I struggle with the way business is run. It made me realize that this is something I really need to work on because I can't evolve my business if I don't learn how to embrace business. That doesn't mean I need to embrace business the way business has been run or certain ways of running business. I can embrace business in a more energetic way, in a more way that feels aligned with me. The point is this: if you feel yourself feeling uncomfortable, noticing you're angry, noticing your positive or negative emotions, whatever is coming up, just notice it, sit with it, ask it, what is it trying to tell me? Because that emotion was trying to tell me that I was trying to run from something I needed to face. And the way I was running from it was in my head thinking, oh, he's becoming arrogant. Oh, he's making too much money. He doesn't care about his clients anymore, which was the complete opposite of what he was doing. He was trying to shove in my face the importance of how much business plays a role in my growth and getting comfortable with doing business-like things. And in my head, I have this idea that men are really good with business and women are really good at caring for people, right? And so I need to find a way to merge those worlds because women can be incredible at business and are incredible at business. And I need to flip that in my mind and realize that I am an excellent businesswoman. I almost hit $20,000 last month in my business. And I think it was around 17,000 or something like that. And I just need to accept that I'm doing something right. So I shouldn't feel so bad about business all the time. And that's why I mentioned earlier, business was always on my mind, because I was always fighting this idea of business that I think exists and business how I want to run it. And I can find my place in the business world. I can, but I need to face it. I need to face those triggers. I need to face what I'm struggling with in order to get over it, in order to push through it. And by working with someone, by working with a coach and someone as great as Harut to show that to me, and me being able to see it was just, it's so valuable. It's just like the sage in the story who was saying, make this, create this, create this. And I couldn't create what they wanted me to create. I had to sit down and breathe, and everything created instantaneously, because I had to reconnect, be present with myself. Then I could create from that space. And when I created from that space, it was effortless. When I was trying really hard to create from the space of, I have to make this lush forest right now, I couldn't do it. So if you feel like on YouTube, I have to make this video because that YouTuber in the same niche is making that video and it's taking off on their channel, but it doesn't align with what I think, or I can't really make it in a way that feels like it relates to me, or it's not something I really want to talk about, or whatever the case may be, don't do that. Do the video idea that came to you. The video idea that came to you when you were reading your comments and someone said something and it made you think, oh my gosh, I should do a video on this. I totally know this would help that person. Do that video. That's the video you're called to do, and that's the video you should do, not the ones that you see other people doing. And like I said, I know the strategy. Everyone teaches the same strategy on YouTube. But the thing that's different about me and my growth, or maybe perhaps anyone that experiences rapid growth on their channel, is that I'm not studying other channels. I'm not looking at other YouTubers in the YouTube growth niche and looking at what they do and copying their videos. I don't even look at them, because if I look at them, then I start to become them. You know, it's like you are what you ingest. If you're constantly watching horror movies or you're constantly watching dramatic things on TV, it starts to seep into your subconscious. So I don't watch those things because I don't want to become those people. I want to be more of myself. So of course I have a course, and I listen to one person really for YouTube advice, and that's Sean Cannell, Think Media. And that's enough for me. And so my point is that you don't need to watch all these other people to become you. You need to watch you. You need to have internal reflection. You need to, like I said, personal development will get you so much further with your YouTube channel than strategy ever will. Personally developing and evolving into who you are and trusting yourself will get you so much further, will grow your channel so much faster. Because when you're aligned, life is effortless. When you're aligned, the world, the universe, God, whoever you believe in, gives you those ideas, and you must put them into the world, because those ideas are coming to you for a reason. They need to be birthed through you, and then they will be received by you from others, and they will gobble it up. Because it's you. There's no ounce or bit of fakeness in that video. It's coming from you. It's not you trying to be someone else. And people can sense that. People can see that. That's why, you see people talking in their cars and those videos take off. Because when people talk in their cars and they're just holding their camera, a lot of those people are just doing it on a whim. And when you do things on a whim, when you don't overthink things, you're not trying to be someone else. You're just there, speaking to the camera, speaking from your heart. And that's when people gravitate towards you. And that's when that one video skyrockets. And that's what grows your channel. So this is a bit long-winded, but I warned you before this video started. So if you're still here, I just want to say, trust yourself and make videos from your heart, and you will do absolutely fine on YouTube. Great. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.